This week on commandN, Microsoft gets touchy, the BFF project, and the Stephen Colbert puppet.
Welcome to episode 135 of commandN. I'm Jeff.
And I'm Amber.
So we're here in beautiful Prince Edward Island. We have a pretty nice day for the spring here.
Yes, it's beautiful, and we're just next door to Cow's Ice Cream, which is the most amazing ice cream place on all of Prince Edward Island, so if you come here, you have to go.
And they have a giant cow out front so you can pose for pictures with it and whatnot.
Yeah, you'll never get lost.
I like to ride it sometimes.
It's really embarrassing.
Do not try to ride a real cow, just by the way.
Yeah, or tip cows. That's a bad idea.
No, unless you get really good service from them.
All right, let's talk about the tech headlines of the week. Our headlines this week are sponsored by GoDaddy. If you go to GoDaddy, you get up to 10% off any of their hosting packages if you enter the promo code commandN. That's the number 1 and the number 0. And remember, you can save up to 70% off any of the services that are offered by GoDaddy compared to the competition.
This week at the Wall Street Journal's All Things Digital conference, Microsoft announced that the upcoming Windows 7, their new operating system to be released in late 2009, will be made for touchscreen applications.
So you could actually touch the screen and something would happen?
Yeah, I don't know where they came up with that idea.
I've seen that before somewhere.
I've seen that. I'm not sure.
Interesting.
But for sure, that's the kind of thing that will save a really terrible operating system. What you need is a touchscreen on top of Windows to make it better.
Yeah, so people are touching all over the place and then it doesn't work properly.
Yeah, a lot of smudges.
That's not going to be good, I don't think. That'll be a bad thing. I have a hunch that'll be a bad thing.
Yeah, I'm a bit skeptical.
In other news, it was so funny last week, I probably got about 5 or 6 emails within the course of half an hour about Weezer's new video that has been put up on YouTube. It's a really catchy song. And what they've done is they've created a video that has the top internet stars in it. So you can see Numa Numa, you can see all of these other stars that you will recognize from internet videos, the Star Wars kid, and they're actually lip-syncing parts of the song. So there must be half a dozen or maybe even a dozen of them in this video. And it's a really neat initiative. Right now it has, I think, about 3.5 million views on YouTube, and they did a nice job. And, you know, it's nice to see people get recognized out there, those people on the internet.
Well, it kind of shows it's legitimate culture now, you know? Online culture is getting a little bit of recognition. It's like, you've seen this before, we know it. It's not just the pictures of Jennifer Aniston and her babies, or that's... I'm probably years off date.
Wow, that was interesting. I was going to let Jeff keep going. I don't know what he's thinking. I think maybe Angelina Jolie.
Ah, there we go.
You know what, though? That's good that you're not so up on pop culture, because you should be paying more attention to, you know, real harder news.
Web culture.
Web culture.
Yeah, harder news like that Star Wars boy.
The Star Wars boy, for sure.
The LA-based hosting provider DreamHost, which hosts over 700,000 websites, apparently has informed its users that it would recommend that they use Gmail or some of the other online email services. They said that email is just not something people are looking for from us, and it's something the big free email providers like Yahoo, Microsoft, and Google can do better. So that's an interesting sort of commentary from a really established figure in the web industry to say, you know, we're just going to admit that we don't do this part of it well. Why don't you use these guys? I like it.
I think that's something that really works well in the web, is being honest and having transparency. It really helps a lot for people to believe in your messaging and what you're going to say. So it's interesting to see someone come out and say, hey, you know what, we don't do this well, but we do this well, and actually, you know, admit it. I could think of, you know, maybe a large software company who could possibly use that.
Yeah, we made a mistake and we're sorry.
Yeah, we're really, really, really sorry. In other news, this is very cool. I saw it in boingboing.net. There is a forensic artist who has taken 64 pairs of best friends. So the project is called BFF, Best Friends Forever. And he's taking all of these best friends and he's actually taking photographs and he's sketching out images of them, like in charcoal, so black and white images. And so out of each pair of best friends, he's creating a composite sketch that is a combination of the features from both of those friends to create one person. And it's going to go down from 128 friends to actually one composite sketch that is a combination of all of those people.
It's very weird. It's really interesting to see when they mix the guys and girls, especially, like what happens. It's very wacky. Definitely take a look. Kindle, the Kindle ebook reader from Amazon, just had a price cut of 10%. I'm not sure where that came from. So your $400 Kindle is now $360. And I think I'm a big fan of the e-ink technology, and I like the idea of the ebook reader, but Amazon is, they're trying to make money off the content on it. So if you recognize that, then give a big price cut to have the reader out there, like $360, $400. Anyone who's going to buy that doesn't make a difference, I think.
Well, the thing is, 10% is like a non-sale. You can't even call that a sale.
10% is what you get if the box is dented.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway. Yeah, that's not so good. But funny enough, it's been making headlines across the internet, and bloggers have been writing about it, all excited about this 10%. I'd say Amazon can afford to give more than 10%.
And they're making it up in the content. So, that it reminds you of the iPhone price cut, where they got a bit of slack for that, but at least it was a substantial price cut that definitely led to more iPhones being bought. Aside from getting a mini news story percolating through the web at 10% off, that's not something I even would go to Target for.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. Now, our last piece of news is about a good friend of ours, Brian Hogg. He does .boom.ca, which is a fantastic puppet show. He's really, really talented. And the interesting thing is he's come out with a new puppet. He actually built the Stephen Colbert puppet.
Good.
Now, we're all big fans of Colbert. Now, what Brian Hogg wants to do is he wants Stephen Colbert to be the voice of his puppet in his puppet show, and then he'll donate the puppet to the Stephen Colbert show. So it can be in, some of his bookcases or on the shelf in the background when Colbert does interviews. I hope they find out about this.
Oh, I hope so, too. I mean, and I don't know. I have some optimism that Stephen Colbert is just the kind of character who might take you up on that kind of thing. It plays into... how he's had a lot of interaction with the web community in some pretty strange ways and likes to engage things. So I think it's just a great idea, and .boom, a lot of cool guys there. I really hope it pulls through.
I hope it works. And so on behalf of commandN, we have to say, if there's anyone out there who knows anyone who works on the Stephen Colbert Show, on the Colbert Report,
let them know.
Let them know. All right, we found the cow, and now we need some web pics.
My web pic this week is searchme.com, and it's a search engine that has a really unique sort of graphical interface. It uses CoverFlow to display your search results. So there's a couple layers on it. You can search for, I think, in blogs or videos or things like this. It's in public beta now, and it's worth trying out. It's just a very cool way to incorporate a different look onto your traditional search engine.
And by the way, we got them to play the bagpipes, especially for this episode, so we hope you enjoy them.
Yeah, Betsy did it here.
Betsy loves it. Now, as for my web pic, and I have to say, you have to check that out. It's very cool. The CoverFlow display is very interesting. For my web pic, I'm going to pick Scribble Live. Now, this is a new live blogging site that allows you to do live blogging at events. We saw it at Mesh last week.
Yeah.
Tons of people are using it. It's very, very simple. You don't have to actually download any applications. It's a web-based app, so you go in and sign up. And then when you go to an event, you can actually do live blogging on the fly in a really easy way. So you should check that out. And I have to admit, I have another web pic that I have to squeeze in here.
Oh, she always does this. She's a hog for camera time.
I know, but this one is kind of neat. This is called Remix to Rio, and this is also a friend of ours who we've done some video work with. You have to check out Remix to Rio. He's done a great job of going down to Rio and working on a project where there's a bunch of Canadian kids down there, and they're working on a music project. So he's developed, I think, about a 12-minute episode as well as a little teaser. So check it out. And when anything further comes out as far as the full feature film, then we'll let you know as well.
For sure.
He did a nice job.
Yep.
And remember, you should leave all of your comments at commandN.tv because we're always looking in there, seeing what happens. And if you have any ideas for other music, let us know, because this is the first time. Bagpipes.
Yeah, bagpipes. We can do an assortment of different ethnic musics in the background. As long as Betsy can book them. She's our agent now.
Yes, and I play a mean triangle. You have to check that out. All right, thanks for watching and have a great week.
Good day.